Friday morning motivation, another week complete. Shout out to everybody that's up going to work, going to school, getting them beautiful kids up for daycare. My people that's already at work, and my people on the other side of the globe on their way to bed. I love you all. Hope you read over the plug this morning. Tapped in. Just got done doing my Friday morning routine, pick up basketball, Hy-Vee Arena. And the best part about playing basketball is that it's physical, it's competitive, you know? There's some 6'8", some 6'9", some 6'6", a couple 7'1" guys, and you got to be able to do your thing on the court. You know, with the internet, it gave us a false sense of toughness. You know, everybody can talk reckless behind a computer and comment whatever they want, but we still them same hunters and gatherers that we always been. And we got to be able to get out here and protect ourselves and defend ourselves. So basketball is a version of me still getting my aggression out. You know, I said we all got a dark side and we got to find a way to channel it. I've been thinking about getting into some jiu-jitsu as well, just adding something new to my life. Never know what you're going to need to do. But I hope y'all having a super, mega awesome Friday. Hope your weekend is filled with blessings and abundance and happiness and joy. And I really don't know what's going on in the world. Like I said, I don't have no notifications, so I don't have no worldly gossip to share with y'all. We can keep the vibration high and positive over here. Keep sending me fire tracks to react to, and I'm gonna keep doing my thing. The channel is growing more than what I ever. 3 years ago at this time, I didn't even have a YouTube channel. It wasn't even reality. I want to say we was in lockdowns during this time. The lockdowns was popping out during this time, and I didn't start my channel till July 20th of 2020. I'm not mistaken. So when I tell you to give your art to the world and step out on faith, this is the reality of it. And just like I didn't have a channel 3 years ago on this day, 3 years from now, I don't know what I'm gonna have. It's gonna be colossal though. And 3 years from now, you don't know what you're gonna have if you start today. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I'm gonna keep encouraging and motivating people. Because back in the day, they had Les Brown. They had Jim Rohn. They had Earl Nightingale. They had Bob Proctor. They had Napoleon Hill. They had Andrew Carnegie. Who do we have in today's society to motivate us? Let me know. Steve Harvey do his thing, but I can't think of too many people else. I actually shared a short September of 22 of Bishop T.D. Jakes, and just last week, T.D. Jakes Ministries hit my YouTube channel with a copyright strike. So you can't even share uplifting messages from the pastor. It wasn't even a little, you know what I mean? I think it was like a 20-second short. They still hit me with a copyright strike. So outside of Steve Harvey, who's motivating? Who ain't trying to scam you to get some money? I ain't on here lying to all y'all telling you just deserve greatness. Faith without work is dead. And I know I'm not no better than anybody in this world. So when I tell you you can have anything, you can. I was listening to Dr. Joseph Murphy as well, and he said this morning, and he said you got to make the commitment. If you really want something in life, you got to commit to it. And these are the same timeless principles that they've been sharing with us for thousands and thousands of years. I don't know if you've ever read The Way to Wealth by Benjamin Franklin, but really simple principles in there. If you've read, it's a book called Black Fortunes, and it said the first 6 slaves to escape from slavery to become millionaires. No one ever told me slaves was millionaires. No one ever told me that Andrew Carnegie started off as a poor boy, that Abraham Lincoln was poor. They made me think that all white people were just forever rich. Then you find out Bob Proctor used to have a net worth of 0 and died with his net worth, I think about 80 million or something crazy. Have you ever read Think and Grow Rich? If not, I guarantee that's a book you need to read. And then there's a book called The Wealth Choice, the black version of Think and Grow Rich, where I forgot his name, it's Dennis something, I can't remember his last name, but he interviews all the millionaires that are black, and he just kind of put together a book on their success principles and how they got to where they were. You know, there's a lot of knowledge in these books, timeless wisdom you will find in books. And I say that over and over again. That's why they keep you so distracted with the Facebooks, the Instagram, the Twitters, and the TikToks, and the information that you get from those platforms is extremely low vibration. Like I'm sure you can search for something positive, but for me personally, no matter how much I look at positive things on Instagram, if I go to that For You page, it's always a bunch of bullcrap. No matter how much I fight and try to change my algorithm, it always puts me back into stuff I don't consume anymore. So I just stop opening the app. But I do make sure I pray a lot more. I pray now more than I ever have in my life. And there was a question I had for my non-believers, but I can't even remember what it was. But when it comes back to my mind, I'll put it out there. No, that's what I remember it now. So for my non-believers, do you believe you are a body with the spirit or a spirit in a body? And that may sound crazy, but I just want to hear someone's perspective on how they spin that or how they twist that. Because when I look at spirit, that's why I say we all have a connection to God. We all have a connection to source. We all come from somewhere. Because I've seen a lot of dead bodies, I promise you. A lot more than I should have ever seen in my life. And I know what it's like to watch that body sit there and shake and pulse and watch them cry and then just watch it stop. And from my perspective, that's the spirit leaving the body, and that spirit got to go somewhere. So I tell my children, your body is a car, and you got to take care of it. You got to get your oil changed, rotate your tires every now and then, get a tune-ups, new spark plugs, new spark plug wires. This is the same body I had when I was 5 years old. You, whoever watched this video, you were in that same body. I'm sure you remember being 4. I'm sure you remember being 13. And that's why I say we got to stretch a lot, because we sit in cars, we sit at desks, we sit on couches. Like while you're listening to this video, you're either sitting, laying, or standing. That I bet you're not sitting crisscross applesauce like the kids do. I bet you ain't got your back on the floor with your feet up against the legs, letting the blood flow the other way. Health is wealth, baby, and I just try to put these concepts out in the world because I want everybody to be their best self. And you can't be your best self if you ain't healthy. You can have all the money, all the cars, all the clothes, but if you can't bend over and touch your toes, I don't know what to tell you, dog. Man, like I said, I'm in a good mood. Basketball always puts me in a good mood, man. Running, won both games. There's something about sweating and just, it's awesome. And I don't know if a lot of men feel like this, but I just have so much, not pent up rage or aggression, but man, I gotta lift weights on a daily basis. I gotta run on it. I gotta do something to get my heart rate up, or I feel like I want to snap somebody's head off. And I had to learn to channel that energy into something positive. I really feel like sexual energy is creative energy. And the world promotes us to do nothing with our sexual energy but just waste it and waste it. And as a man, I want to ask you, if you went the last 10 years wasting your energy, what have you got from it? I know he gave me a bunch of kids, but when I started taking that same energy into putting something in productive, oh man, life got more abundant than what I ever knew it could. And it's the same for my ladies. You got to find something that matters to you long term. You can't just be running around looking for some boy. You got to be something of value. And once we learn to value ourselves, then we look at the world differently. We look for so many people to complete us, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you're looking for somebody to help you shine your light, then that's a codependent mindset. And when they want to leave you, you're going to be broken. And that's why I say God is always with you. His spirit is perfect. But you got to look inside yourself and figure that out. And I looked inside myself, and I'm a totally different person than what I was 5 years ago. I couldn't even imagine. Like I said, 5 years ago, I wasn't even talking to my sons. And now my boy, he done went down to Texas to visit his mama, and he coming back on Monday for a 2-week vacation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, life has really evolved, but it all starts with you. The inner world affects the outer world. As crazy as that sounds. There's a lot of people on this Friday that's sad, that's depressed. It's payday and they can't pay their bills. Or you got the extreme opposite side of life where you got people with more money in the bank that you could ever imagine. They still broken. They still sad. They still can't find happiness. Growing up, day by day, I learned material things don't bring you real joy. Because if it did, then that DC Young Fly, his lady, she wouldn't have felt like that she wasn't beautiful enough, that her body wouldn't open up. You know, thoughts and prayers to that whole family, because that's a weird situation. I really feel like as men, if we got ladies in our life and we didn't put babies in them, we got to make them feel comfortable with the body they got. The last thing I would have ever told either one of my baby mamas or my wife, hey, after you drop this baby, we going to re you up. No, I mean, I say it a lot, and you really got to love the body that God gave you. you don't believe in God and the body that your mom and daddy created. But man, we gotta stop doing things to change our physical features. Like Ye said, things we buy to cover up what's inside, so they made us hate ourselves and love that wealth. Now, Shorty holler where the ball is at. And man, bro raising them 3 children on his own, that's gonna change his life forever. And that's why I say as men, we gotta understand what really matters to us, bro. You can have all the money, cars, clothes, jewelry. That man lost the mother of his children. And he released a statement, and he spelled you with Y-U. Not Y-O-U. And I just feel like as fathers, we gotta lead our children in the right direction. That comes with little things. That's come proper grammar, proper diets. The way you carry yourself matters. And I always go back to my grandmother, because she said, you are a walking resume. And when people see you, they gonna judge you. And it's your job to, when you open your mouth, to blow them away. And so if you don't like the way you look, go to the gym, change your diet. I have a chicken Caesar salad for lunch 5 days a week. I don't eat breakfast. I practice intermittent fasting. The only snacks I have are chocolate sea salt almonds, chocolate covered sea salt almonds. Like you can find ways to be fit. You know, I graduated high school at 160 pounds in 2007. I'm currently 166 pounds. And so you can sustain health for the long term if that's what you want to do, if that's what you focus on. But you do not got to go get under a knife. I'm going to say that over and over again. Ladies, stop going under these knives. Because all ladies find Michael B. Jordan super attractive. You know what you will not find Michael B. Jordan walking around with? A girl with a huge fake booty. You will see a bunch of rappers and a bunch of NBA players with it, but you will not see the Michael B. Jordans, the Denzel Washingtons, the Johnny Callaways, the Leonardo DiCaprios. You ain't gonna see us class of men walking around with that fake body. You gotta love yourself. And pure love starts on the inside. So if you're watching this video and you somebody who you question yourself, you got low self-esteem or low confidence, you are special, you are beautiful. And anything that you don't like about yourself, you can change. Because as Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror. So I hope you smiling. Because you can look in that mirror and say, this isn't what I want to see right now, but I know better is ahead because I'm in control, because I'm working towards it. And the vision wouldn't have been there if God didn't want you to have it. You wouldn't have the vision of being in shape if it wasn't a reality. You wouldn't have the vision of living in a nice house if it wasn't a reality. You wouldn't have the vision of driving that nice car if it wasn't a reality. That vision is there for a reason. Albert Einstein said your imagination is a preview of life's coming attractions. So when Tupac said, picture me rolling, didn't he end up rolling in that Benz? So what you picture yourself rolling in? That's the question on this Friday morning. What do you picture yourself with? What is in your imagination? Because your mind can go places that your body can't. My body is in the car right now. But my mind, I'm on stage. Where we at? Are we in New York? Are we in Florida? Are we in Dubai? You know, we in Cancun? Let me know in the comments where are we having this conversation at right now. It's a private conversation, just me and you. And we somewhere, remote location. Just sharing our imagination, sharing our thoughts, sharing our desires. Because if you got to think big. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz is a fantastic book. And I know I drop books all the time. And yes, I am going to make a video. I promise a video is going to come out with all these books, because that's where the real wisdom is at. Like I said, TNT, It Rocks the World by Claude Bristol. I checked that out yesterday. But this morning, I didn't even listen to a book. I just checked out some Dr. Joseph Murphy meditations. And I switch it up because, like I said, the world is so much knowledge that I never was able to consume, that you listen to something and then you take like 6 months and you go back and listen to it again, and you take a year and go back and listen to it again, and you'd be just surprised of how it evolved. Even music, like you go back and listen to Lil Wayne at the Carter, and it's like, bro, he was spitting like this, and thinking about how young he was, and it just shows me we can accomplish anything. Like the same way every young boy wants to be a rapper nowadays, what if we taught them to be lawyers or doctors or sports agents or physical therapists? So we got to be what we want to see in this world. We got to enlighten our nieces, our nephews, our brothers, our sisters. Because the youth is where it's at. That's why they trying to hit them over the head with this brainwashing. And so to my fellas out there, man, I encourage you this weekend, get outside and throw the football with your children. Dribble a basketball with them. If you got some daughters, sit down and have a little tea party. Paint their nails, watch Frozen with them. You know, do something to engage with your children. If you don't have children, engage with your mama, with your daddy, with your grandma, with your grandpa. If you got a boyfriend or girlfriend, go have a picnic. Go do something free in nature. Like, just really connect with nature this weekend. That's my goal to everybody and their mama. I hope everyone has a super mega awesome Friday. Have a weekend full of blessings, abundance, and gratitude. Never be too proud to pray. You got to smile because blessings is on the way. And I love you all. I'm extremely grateful that I get to pour my heart out on this digital diary and share with the world. And I just want everyone who watches this video to know that I am confirmation that whatever you want in this life, hold that vision in your head, and one day you'll be living it at that as a reality. I love you all, baby. We outie. Peace. Happy